Hey buddy, Thomas here, and this was too beautiful of a log not to film. I've got the dogs all around here, but this ash, this is the one from the Big Ash trip to Missouri. It's absolutely beautiful. There's a whole lot of feathering in here. There's a lot of really cool stuff there. There's some curl going on over there. So we're gonna make a video out of this. So stay tuned. We'll go ahead and get this thing started to cut up. I've got to free some more space on my phone. And well, yeah, we'll make beautiful slabs out of this. So stand by. All right, I've freed up a little bit of room on the phone, so we'll go ahead and make 1 or 2 cuts. We'll throw in a time lapse, and we'll see what this beautiful ash has to offer. My chain came off. I have to figure out why that happened. I might have just had it too loose. Yeah, roller's still going, so she's free. So we'll take a look at that here in a second. Very pretty board. But we'll have to take a look at this in detail in just a second. We got to figure out first why the chain popped off. Might have been just because it was a bit loose or something. I ran it yesterday. All was going well. I don't know. We'll find out. Also, we got a thunderstorm rolling in. So I'm trying to get this cut up before then. So stay tuned. I'm going to do some exploring to find out why the chain popped off. It's good to know how the chain pops off, because I know it won't go backwards now. It actually just went straight down. So, interesting. Stay tuned. All right, folks, still trying to figure out why the chain came off. The only thing I can think of is I didn't have it on there tight enough. But looking at this piece right here, I mean, look at this feathering through here. That's gonna be gorgeous. And then towards the bottom, we do have where we had some shake going on down here. However, that's cool. Epoxy people love that stuff. So, Bobby, this is probably a slab you would be interested in. But I mean, if you look at the grain though, I mean, look how it's hard to even see. The grain on this is insanely tight. Again, this tree was like 137 years old. It's an old tree that came out of Missouri, and just very, very pretty. Very happy the way it looks. So what I'm gonna do, give you a little zoom in right there. I'm gonna do a time lapse going forward so I can see if I've corrected said issue. I've tightened the chain up some more, and I don't know why it was popping off. Now I will say this, I don't have the log secured that well, and she was rocking. This is actually a very hard log. It was rocking as I was going through it. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see, folks. And this is a different chain than I was using the other day. I went through and I sharpened up all the chains. I've got 2 hanging right there. I sharpened this one. I've got 1 more to still sharpen, and I might throw that in with this video right here. So, time lapse. Let's go. Let's make sure we can get through this one without it messing up. And I'll do the camera from this side, and we'll see what it looks like. Stay tuned. So that went pretty well. No more chain throwing off. I'm actually getting to where the log is a bit too light. Might be able to get 1 more cut on there, but it is actually starting to move. But let's see what y'all want to see. Take a look at that. So that's the first one that we cut. This was the second one. Again, just absolutely beautiful. Look at these inclusions right here where the 2 branches kind of came together. And inside there, this is where, I'm not gonna lie, this was getting to cut pretty hard because you've got all these inclusions. You've got the grains, you know, compressing together. You got some really neat feathering, some curl, almost like burl through here. It's just beautiful. And then you got like a weird void on that side. And then of course towards the bottom you have some really cool stuff right there. All these were cut at 2 1/4. Now if you go to this slab right here, this is where it started getting interesting. It actually started getting really hard to cut through here because you had these, what used to be limbs, inside of where this crotch section was. So a lot of really hard, tight, you know, just very dense section of wood right there. And again, towards the end, you've got some neat curl and some feathering effect that's going on in here. That was pretty neat. And then the last cut, absolutely, again, beautiful. I think it looks amazing. Now you're getting towards the pith section of that branch. We are outside the pith section where this branch was. So I do expect this to open up some more, but again, that's an epoxy, you know, person's dream. And then again, crazy compounding grains I mean, curl through here, like a feathering effect, all sorts of really neat stuff through there. And then down the bottom, weird inclusion, that was full of water. If you can see on the mill, that little wet spot right there, there's like a pocket right there. Looks like there was a branch there at one point, but it's just interesting that it was actually holding water in there. So overall, I think this is really beautiful. I'll take some of these slabs up to my dad up in Tennessee, but I mean, that's just, I just really can't wait to see what these are gonna look like finished up, because they're very, very unique. The overall log cutting experience was pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way it was performing. We're gonna be taking this up to Tennessee this weekend, and we'll be cutting up some ginormous trees for a new acquaintance that we've met up there, and a friend of ours. But we are very excited, but I had to do some more testing and more experimenting to make sure I knew how to run this mill properly, where I can get the best cuts and cleanest cuts available. So please like, subscribe. This is exciting, to say the least. I'm very excited about getting to do new things, such as running this slabber mill. Again, great companion to my Timber King 2000 mill over there. These two mills together, there's really nothing that I can't handle. And I think what I'll throw on at the end of this video is the actual sharpening of a chainsaw blade. And I'll show that and how easy that is. So stay tuned for that, and then we'll go ahead and conclude the video and get you on your very merry way. Talk to you later, thanks. All right, folks, so this is the setup. Very interesting. You've got this arm that extends out, and you can tighten this up. And then you have guides that it rolls in the chain on the ends, on the bottom, and then on the top there. As you can see, it just pulls through, almost like it's on a chainsaw bar itself. And all you do is you line up. In fact, I've got to move it out just a little bit, but you've got to line up. So like this right here. What am I catching on? It's catching somewhere, but anyways. All right, so you line up close to, one-handed. There we go. And then you just run your file down there to match the angle. And this is obviously at 10 degrees, as you can see. And it's quite simple. So we'll go ahead and throw a camera where you can see. See my dog over there. He's not liking the thunder in the background. He's terrified of thunder, but that's all right. He's safe. Although every time we have a really, really big storm, he sometimes will get scared and run off, and we gotta go get him from the neighbor's house if we're out of town, especially. All right, so again, 10 degrees. Make sure, yeah. I do about 7 strokes, and then I just kind of look at, inspect the tooth, make sure I don't have any raised edges. And I like to go ahead and do all of one angle and then go back and do the other one. If I don't get right on it, it's fine, because I can move it around. And all you want to do, make sure you're keeping your file pretty much parallel or on this line right here. And it's real easy. And it just makes the tooth face look like a brand new tooth. And I'll go ahead and throw on a time lapse. But this is something that you got to do every so often. The guy I bought the mill from says he can cut one rather large tree per sharpening. So I'm like, okay, that's not too bad. And it takes me about, I don't know, about 10 minutes or so to sharpen up one of these blades. Not too bad. But I'll show a little inspection of the teeth afterwards. So let's throw the time lapse on. We'll go from there. Okay, sharpening complete. Take a look at those teeth. So as you can see, if I get the thing focused, maybe not. Anyways, yeah, it turned out pretty well. Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing focused. It is not working with me due to the cloudy conditions, but you can see clean faces on those teeth. Same thing there. Nice clean faces. That's what you want to see, nice shiny. You don't want to see any rust or sawdust build up. So overall, I am a big fan of this sharpening jig. It literally makes this thing so easy. If you've tried sharpening a chainsaw blade of this length, I mean, the only way you can do it really is on, you know, the chainsaw bar itself. I don't think it would be the easiest to sharpen it on that chainsaw bar, but we got it done on here, and I'm very happy with this works. So please stay tuned. Lots more to come. Quick little video I want to put out there for people to take a look at on this Lucas mill. All right, we'll see you around. Thanks.